Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Red Bull Debrecen. So, we've started the season very, very well. We have beaten Shakhtar in the first leg of the Champions League path playoff. So it's all coming up Millhouse at the moment. Unbeaten, we've only conceded one goal all season so far. We've been playing a couple of different tactics, so I'll have to show you kind of what the plan is for this season. So first thing is though, we will jump into the transfers and kind of what's happened. So as you were aware, I showed you in the last episode a couple of the players that we have brought in. We've obviously brought in Vinicius, has been a great centre-half so far this season. Nildo scored 2 goals in 3 games. He's on fire, absolutely rapid, great stuff. Songa Puskas has been rotating well with Muller, so there's no reason why not to have him in there. Hortenis and Bright are both out on loan at the moment as well. I'm not sure if I showed you Sergiu Tabakaru. I can't remember when we've signed him and brought him in regards to things. I think that was a bit more recently, I think. Or maybe not. No, I must have shown you him. But either way, he's come in. He's also out on loan, or trying to get him a loan at this point. Because he's not in the first team plans. And then Coutinho's the new one that we signed. He was in a partial exchange with Corinthians for Lito. So Lito has gone the other way, plus £2.5 million. So that's the case. Well, I think he's certainly a player that will develop a bit better than Lito anyway, and can play in the same positions, that sort of thing. So I'm more than happy to bring him in with a bit of a swap deal in there. But we can see here kind of where we're at with the transfers. So as we saw, Lito has gone the other way to Corinthians as part of that deal. He wasn't going to get the game time anywhere near as much as he'd want. And I think I'd class that as profit. Essentially bringing him in 2.5 million. I mean, £5 million. I'd say that he's going to be worth a lot more Coutinho. So I think that's fine. Lee Yong Kwang has left for Atletico Mineiro. £11 million that transfer. He wanted to go. I mean, they came in for 11 million. He isn't worth 11 million. We made a good £10 million profit. All good there. Obviously, there's been loads and loads of loans out. With a bunch of the youth boys. Vivaldi Mayasi has left and gone to Ujpest. He was kind of the starlet that we were quite excited about early on in the save, but he's kind of petered off, hasn't played much for us since those first kind of season. And since then, he's now moved to Ujpest on a £250,000 deal, which isn't too bad for us. With that said, though, I think that is pretty much it. There's no other real outgoings. The only other one, really, I think we need to talk about, other than, obviously, Tello Gibbs is gone as well. Purge is gone. Obviously, Kalmar left on a free transfer as well, and Oban retired. Kadar, Barahona. We finally got rid of Barahona. Lost 300k on him, but that's fine, because we did also sell Lenin Taska. He wanted to go. We sold him for 25 million in the end to Borussia Mönchengladbach, which I think was an absolutely fantastic deal. The board accepted a bid of 21 million. We were able to kind of convince them to get a bit more for him. I'm more than happy to let him go because of the players we've got in the side at the moment anyway. So that's fine. But we will go into the kind of lineup that we've been playing. So we'll start with this is what we've been playing in the league. 4-2-3-1 is what we've been playing the whole time. The boys love it. We've been smashing teams with it. We're very attacking, very forward thinking. Absolutely lovely. Now in Europe, this is the kind of formation I'm thinking we're going. Fluid counter-attack. Now, we've tried it in pre-season and we were smashing it against teams that aren't as good. So I tried it in the first game of the season to see if it would work in the league as well. I mean, we didn't concede, but we just didn't create anything because we weren't getting that space to run at after they lost the ball. So, because they were so defensive and we were so much better than them. So I think this is what we'll go for in the Champions League. This is what we played against Shakhtar previously, and that's where we got the win from. So this is certainly what we'll be looking to play in the Champions League, I think, at least to start with. Hopefully it sticks. So we've got the 4-1-4-1 formation, the inverted wingers either side who can come inside, the wing backs going bombing around the outside, and obviously the defensive midfielder helping the defence, the two centre-halves there with the pressing forward up top, chasing everything they can. But this is the team we'll be playing. Meslier in goal, Eminem at right back, Thomas at left, Erak and Vinicius, who's creating a nice new partnership in there, which is lovely. Amado sitting in there currently because Sandri has been out injured for a little while, which is a shame because he would have been in there otherwise. Cristiano is also out injured with a broken wrist, which is awful. But Bautista's started the season on fire with Lalina and Vacao in the middle as well, and then De La Fuente on the left with Brenner up top. So that's the kind of lineup we will be going for. Let's jump into the game. Let's see how we do, and hopefully we'll be absolutely fine. So we have got the 4-0 advantage to start the game with, which is great. Vacao with the corner. We are obviously at home, so it'll be interesting to see how this performs at home. If because of Shakhtar being away, if they're going to drop off more and not give us as much space. I mean, with a ball like that, though, we don't even need him to not drop off because that is fantastic. Brenner is able to get on the end of that and pops that home beautifully. That is just what we want. What a lovely, lovely goal. Phenomenal, really. Lalina does well here to play it back to Eminem, who switches it out wide to Conrad, who plays it into Vachau, who just, oh, what a beautiful pass. And Brenner's able to tuck that in at the near post. I mean, that's 1-0 today, and it's 5-0 in aggregate. I think we might be going through. And we're forward again. They've got a lot of players behind the ball. I mean, we're doing well to keep this here. Eminem switch is out wide. It's played into him, and Brenner probably should have scored there. It was quite an easy opportunity in the end, and he's just dinked it into the keeper's hands quite comfortably. He's probably quite happy that he did so. They're looking to play that 4-4-2. Which is an interesting formation to play away from home against us when we're playing that 4-1-4-1. I'm more than happy just to leave it as it is. We're dominating the game anyway. We've not really had any issues at the back, and I think that's partly because of the kind of way we're playing. But it's through to Thomas. It is saved. It looks like he was offside, which is unfortunate, but I mean, that's what we like to see as well. It's the wingers cutting inside, packing out that midfield, and then the fullbacks are able to get around the outside. We haven't played anyone exceptionally amazing with this formation yet, so it could come unstuck. So we'll still want to keep an eye out for that. But Bautista, I think we will take off for Salai. Maybe swap him around with Conrad De La Fuente. Just because we don't want to risk him. There's no point. 5-0 up at half-time. No point risking him when we're in such a great lead there. And I think we will be getting through to the Champions League group stage. Hopefully we won't get any of thing too hard like last season. And this season I am determined to win the Mankey Cooper Cup again. We will be focusing all our efforts on that as well. So we're going to be fighting on all fronts, I think, this year. We need to get back into track of winning trophies and being consistent with that. But Conrad's come forward. It's a throw in to him. He's able to get it back to the back post and Salah heads over. But again, we're creating chances. I mean, look how many efforts we've had on goal. We should have really scored a couple more than just one in this game alone. And there we have it. The goal in the first 3 minutes was really the only highlight of the game. Otherwise, we dominated quite comfortably, which is, I mean, great to see, really, with this formation. It means that it is still working, which is great. A good 1-0 win, 5-0 on aggregate. Does mean we are into the knockout stages, group stages. I mean, it would be nice if we were in the knockout stages. Looks like Salzburg got knocked out by Zenit. Slavia Prague's through. You got Rangers as well who are through with a wow, what a comeback, 2-2 and then in extra time getting another 2. And it looks like Frankfurt has gone through against Sporting, which I mean that's great to see because it's always good to have our guys who are local. I say local in the in our league doing well because it means that hopefully it promotes the league, makes it better, means we can bring in better players. Zoltan Gera is their manager, which I think is just amazing. I love it. The former Fulham and West Brom player. Great stuff. Having played for Frankfurt himself, and been the under-21s manager for Hungary, he's now managing them themselves, and he's doing all right. Not quite good enough to beat me in the league, but, you know, it happens. Schalke is coming in for Maxic. Again, we do not want to sell him because he is a young, up-and-coming prospect for sure. Let's see how the group stage will go. A lot of players out on international duty. Bunch for the under-21s. You can see 4 players for Hungary. Tamás Stodelsi is also in the Hungarian first team, playing 5 caps already. Currently at Puskás Academia. Certainly a player that might join the first team at some stage. Kozak, Eminem, Vachau also in the first teams of their respective national teams. Same with Meslier and Jasmine Erak, of course. So with that, let's take a look at this group stage then. Obviously, some big names in the groups. I mean, if anything, the second tier of teams look scarier than the first, so that's not good. Third set, I think we could probably have any of those teams. And then obviously we're sat in number 4th place. Number 4th? In 4th. So, let's take a look. Let's get these boys out and about. Obviously, our best bet are probably with PSV, Benfica, maybe even Arsenal. Hate to say it, Arsenal fans. At least Hertha's with Barca. That's nice. Man City, PSG. Milan, again, that group's not too bad. I'd take that. PSV, Inter, I'd take that as well. Benfica, Bayern is not great, but as long as there's not another big team in there, you can always get through to the knockouts on that front. Lyon, Lazio, Atletico Bilbao, Rangers. What a group that Group D could be for us if we get there. Porto's in there with Inter and PSV. Monaco and Copenhagen's with the Benfica Bayern group. So that is certainly, we are the highest ranked team in this one. So we might, I mean, one day we might be in 3rd seed. You never know. But it would help if we get to a knockout first. Right, fingers crossed we don't get Group 1 or A. Fingers crossed we don't get Group B or C. We have C. Shit. Why do we keep playing PSG? Oh my god. We're never going to get through to the knockouts if every time we have to play PSG in there. Oh dear. Who are the lucky ones then? Slavia Prague. I mean, what a naff group that is. So rubbish. And same here. Inter, Porto, PSV and Bayer Leverkusen. What is that? I mean, Frankfurt have a hell of a challenge with Chelsea, Real Madrid and Monaco. Oh, God. Great. We've got... How recent? I swear we've had them really recently as well. Both of PSG and Man City. Or I'm just imagining things. I mean, talk about a tough group. Even Bilbao's going to be quite good. Let me take a look and see. So we had Man City last season in the groups. And then season before that, we had Chelsea and Dortmund. Okay. Season before that, no. We have had... I'm not imagining things, am I? Yeah, we had PSG in the season before. God damn it! Well, it'll be a good test to find out if we can compete with the higher level teams with this formation and kind of how that goes. Let's accept that little trial. Why not? But yeah, there you go. Let me know what you think. How you think we're going to get on. I think, being positive, I think we'll come 3rd. I think we can be better than Atletico Bilbao. And if we get any sort of points off Man City or PSG, I'll be pretty happy with that as well. But with that, we will leave it there. We will probably come back for the final 3 games. Bilbao, PSG, City, maybe in both the Atletico games in one, depending, or even just come back for the PSG Man City games, depending on how we got on against Atletico. I don't know yet. We might just jump through the group stage, probably get really depressed because we've been knocked out, and then just fire on to the end of the season, and I'll tell you the little surprise or the ultimatum that will be coming at the end of this year. But with that, I hope you did enjoy. Like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Let me know what you think about the new tactic in the comments and all that stuff. But I will see you next time. Goodbye.